fly this sim world. We saving you a view. FSBN with the reggae flow. Aki charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly this sim world. We saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah, we saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah. We roll out smooth when the sun come up. Check the charts, line the jets, time to run it up. From Delta on the ramp to the southwest line, GA in the breeze, every flight feel fine. Do it right, learn a little more each ride. Professional line flights, but we still have pride. Every week we stream, come along for the flight. Coastal in the sky, everything in a little right. FSBN with the reggae flow. Hockey charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly the sim world, we saving you a view. FSBN with the reggae flow. Hockey charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly the sim world, we saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah, we saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah. Check the charts, line the jets, time to run it up. From Delta on the ramp to the southwest line, GA in the breeze, every flight feel fine, feel fine. Do it right, learn a little more each ride. Professional vibes, but we still have pride. Every week we stream, come along for the flight. Coastal in the sky with different mind. FSBN with the reggae flow. Hockey charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly this sim world, we saving you a view. FSBN with the reggae flow. Hockey charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly this sim world, we saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah, we saving you a view. We saving you a view. Yeah.
What's going on, folks? Welcome aboard the FSBN channel. My name is Jason. I'm looking at my sound levels, making sure you can hear me. Happy Memorial Day, folks from the U.S. And if you're not from the U.S., we celebrate Memorial Day every year here. Welcome aboard the FSBN channel, where we showcase, do 3 things, learn something, have fun, do it right. That's what we're all about here on the channel. This is a brand new station we're servicing down in South Padre Island. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know how the flight's going to go. We're doing it in a 737-600, our special livery. I'm trying to get it painted for 24. It's going to be on order here shortly for you all. As an airplane takes off in the back, I can hear it. That is live. That guy going to Boise, Idaho. That's pretty cool. I love it. Sounds great. The only problem we have today is the weather. We have some weather coming out of here. Weather is moving up into where we are right now, Alabama. So what we want to do is get out of here as quick as we can. Our routing today takes us to the north, then out west, and then down south, because I didn't want to contend with all the cells. We will have some precipitation to fly through getting there, but that's it. So we're assuming a couple things. One, this is a quick turn. We're going to be in here. I want to be out the gate here in about 35 to 40 minutes. So I don't want to talk too much. I want to get on this thing and get going. By the way, this is our special livery at Coastal. This is helping sustainable fishing. You know, we love fishing at Coastal. That's probably what we're about, is ocean conservation and all of the sorts. So hook, line, sinker, that's what we want to fish tuna with, not nets. So do it the right way, and that's what we're all about. Sustainable fishing here, and this is what this airplane is all about. It promotes that, and it's a beautiful livery. And we have one for the salmon as well up in the north. All right, let's see who's checking in. We have a couple people checking in. I want to say hello. Ja, what's going on? Welcome aboard. We have Cody in the house. How are you, Cody? Hopefully you're well. Getting the grill going for us, I'm sure. Shelton says, good morning, Captain 5x5. Hope the weekend was good. How did the pirate get his ship for so cheap? It was on sale. Another good one. I love it. I told you about this one. I think I told you about this one before, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. I don't know if you guys remember the Easter Bunny. You guys remember? Not the Easter Bunny. The Energizer Bunny. You remember the Energizer Bunny back in the 80s? Right? 80s, 90s. You had the Energizer Bunny with the beat and the drum. Well, did you know the mascot, he got arrested yesterday. He was charged for battery. Uh-oh. My stream went blank. Why did my stream go blank? There it goes. I don't know why it went blank, but that's hilarious. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. All right, without any further ado, I know I've told you that before. I had to. It's too good not to tell you. All right, welcome aboard. Let's get on this airplane. I'm going to get this going pretty quick, folks. I got to turn my butt kickers on, get some lighting in here for you guys. By the way, Marco's checking in. Welcome aboard, Marco. Thanks for flying a massive flight. Marco, man, he did the hookup. So we're going to go to align. We're going to do a quick alignment here, guys. We're going to drop down. Let's go to return. Return. We'll go to menu, FMC, init ref. We're going to go kilo BHM. I always get this right. I got to think ham, right? I always want to say it's BMH, but it's not. It's BHM. And that is jives up. We're at gate alpha 3. I don't know if this is going to work. Negative. All right, well, let's get rid of that. By the way, I've been so busy at Coastal here. Just getting the summertime is so busy for me, guys, just because I'm trying to get the schedules running. We got a lot of expansion to do. I think this is probably one of our last years of growing. We still will, but the growth is going to start slowing down a little bit. Where is Cliff? Cliff is definitely not here, my man. Get out of here, charge battery. That's great. Cody, you got to tell that one to your family today, man. Whoever's coming over your house for grilling, you got to tell them. It's bad. That joke. It's fantastic. And by the way, before we get into the flight, I do want to say something. I want to thank all of our servicemen and women who have sacrificed their lives for me and you, and they paid the ultimate price for us and this country. And I was talking to Marco, who's from Italy. I was talking to him a little bit about, the Americans get the stigma sometimes, and it's like, oh, we're the, a lot of Americans portray them. Oh, we're the best, and I don't believe that in one bit. There's so many cultures that we can learn from, and so many great countries out there that we can learn from. But if you're not from our country, and you're wondering what is this thing about, why is this thing, why are Americans like that sometimes? And it's because it's the biggest underdog story, at least in our country, ever told. Right? We're going to get into that a little bit on the history. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you and thanks to those who are serving right now. It means a great deal to me. It means a great deal, I know, to a lot of you who are viewing this. And the world is in turmoil right now. And my prayers are out there to everybody. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and let's rock and roll, man. All right, we're going from BHM. And by the way, my son who's 14, I actually showed him one of the best war movies ever. Very accurate. Saving Private Ryan, at least in terms of how it was in World War II. And he was like, what? It was an eye-opening experience for him. It's one of those movies you can pretty much watch once, maybe twice. It's hard. It's hard for me to still watch that film. All right, Origin, we're going to BMH. Let's go, BHM. Let's go and get this thing programmed right now. I'm looking at the clock, guys. And the cameras are just a little wonky for me. There we go. Just because it's in 2020. I haven't flown 2020 in a while, so let's go and do that. Drop down here. Okay, destination is, we're going to leave that alone. Let's go flight plan request. We're going to pull in the SimBrief route, and it is BMH to Bro. How cool is that? Bro. I love it. Select the route. We're going to go ahead and request the flight plan. and let's pull that in. I'll get to your comments here in just a little bit. If you're checking in and you're new to the channel, hey Pops, what's going on? Want to just say thank you, welcome aboard. If you're new, definitely consider subscribing. It's free and maybe you'll learn something, who knows. All right, route uplink is loading. We're going to get into the briefing here a little bit once we get the weather uploaded. I am going to call catering. We'll get the catering done. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and call the catering while we're waiting. They've just cleaned the aircraft. Catering's coming. This is the brand new GSX, which I absolutely love. I love the UI. It's so much better, I think. Request catering services. I'll pull in there. And we're going to say it's that one. Catering is going to be Sky Chefs today. All right. We've got data link coming in the route data uplink, and we'll go ahead and activate. We'll execute it. And so you guys can listen. Let's go ahead and see what's going on out there. There's a lot happening in the wonderful world of aviation today, especially where we're flying. There's a lot going on in terms of weather. There's a lot of activity to the north coming up. Happy Memorial Day, those give up their lives and their families. That's exactly right, Pops. It was really cool watching Save It Private Ryan, my son. It was awesome. He was just like, they got absolutely slaughtered. And it's no joke, they did. We can take runway 18. It's a 6,000 footer. Or we take runway 6. And winds are right now 100. I'd rather take runway 6. Kind of gets us away from that weather. It kind of gets us away from the weather. It's kind of what I'm wanting to do is kind of go north. We're going to zip up north and drop down to south. And I'll give you a good weather briefing here we've got it from Rain Cloud. This whole thing is our weather packet that we've got from our dispatcher. So I'm going to read it to you. We're going to go, thinking they're going to do runway 6, but I don't know.
Birmingham is on runway 3971 with you on ILS 6.
Yep, we're taking 6. I heard that. I heard it. So runway 6 it is. Runway 6 we're going to use today. It's in my, I hope you guys can hear that live air traffic control here. Okay, let's go to breath. And then we're doing a 0 fuel weight. This is a new station for us. I don't know how this is going to go in coastal. So we'll see. 0 fuel weight coming in at 110. We are on VATSIM, by the way. And then let's do cost index is going to be right around that 30 mark. Let's do that. No, that's reserves, you moron. Cost index there, reserves. We don't have any reserves. We have a beautiful day down in San Padre Island right now. It's getting out of here. That's going to be the dicey part where we have the weather. So reserves, it's just our typical 5.8 on the reserves today. We're planning fuel with 20.3. Dispatcher was really nice, giving us a lot of gas for that uplift. We plan to land with a bit of fuel. We plan to land with about 8.1, which is a lot of fuel for this airplane. We're going to be climbing up to an altitude of 380 today, so let's go and pop that in there. And then our cruise wind is right around 204.50, 204/50. We'll dump that in there, and then outside air temperature is negative 53 degrees. By the way, in the chat, you guys, let me know if you're new. If you are new, say hi, where you're from, where you're coming, calling in from. All right, so they popped out about 1,600 AGL. It's the precipitation getting out of here. It's going to be a little iffy. All right, we got the. I'm going to lower that just a little bit. All right, so we got catering on board. That's coming up. I'm going to go ahead and get the passengers boarded. Now, there's two ways we could do this. We could do the GSX fueling, which is like instantaneous. They don't sit there and fuel us. But first things first, I got to call my ACARS program. Let's get that running, and then we got to get paid, right? I don't want to do this and not get paid. We've got 115 passengers on the aircraft, almost a full flight out of here. And we're taking a different routing, and I'll show you the routing. It's going to be up and around to avoid the weather, the nasty parts to the south. All right, let's go in and call GSX for the fuel because they do a printout now, and I'll show you like what SimBrief is okay. We've got that. One more thing I want to do. Atlanta, let's get Atlanta pulled up. Slide that over there. We get the Atlanta pulled. What the heck? Okay. All right, so that's good to go. We are going to call for the fuel. Fuel truck, request for fuel. I mean, even though, okay, they just charged us money, you could see, that's what's so cool about that. We have all this built in the back end already for us. So we're going to do Texaco on this one, and I'll show you the fueling. Once we get that certificate in, we'll see how much it's going to cost us. All right, VTP coming up, so we're going to do our performance. Right now it's 10 o'clock. We're supposed to leave here in about 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and start boarding passengers now. That's why I said this is a quicker turn. We got to get the heck out of here. Request boarding. Let's go. Okay, while that's done, we're going to go ahead and throw in some data. We're going to be taking off out of BHM, Kilo BHM, Birmingham-Shuttlesworth Airport. Oh, man. It's hectic, isn't it? Runway's going to be 6. We are, well, it says wet, but it's not raining yet. The forecast is just overcast right now. Visibility 10, overcast 700, temperature 23, dew point 21, altimeter 3010, density altitude 1500 feet. Got it. I looked at all our NOTAMs. There's nothing really major coming out of the airport. We're going to go full, we'll just go to optimal on this. How's that? Takeoff weight, estimating, what is this? Pushback tug? No, do not want the tug. And I will cruise on board already, so we don't need to board anybody. We just need our passengers. So looking at takeoff weight at approximately 130,000, and MAC is going to be at 23%. You guys like the livery on the airplane? You guys like this? And the fuel truck drove into my plane. Look at that thing. Just absolutely crushed the wing, and the engine is toast. Isn't that nice of them? Really nice of them. It's unbelievable. Hey, what's up? How are you, Max? You doing all right? I got your message, Max. Just got your message now. When I land, I will give you a trip. How's that? This guy driving in circles because he wants to, or what? What the heck's going on here? Dude's driving in circles out there. All right, we're getting the fuel on board right now. We're looking at flaps 1 today. Yeah, look, this guy's definitely drank too much. Maybe had too much for Memorial Day. He is all over the place, this guy. That's pretty funny. That's what I don't like about the GSX. It's just they do like an instantaneous fill. I like the slow moving fuel just because that's more realistic. They just get it on fast. All right, we're going to go flaps 1 today, guys. Runway 06 departure. Cell temp today is going to be approximately cell temp is maybe not. Are we going full? No, let's do an ATM. See, nope. We're going to go full power on this one, guys. So forget about the cell temp. So we're going full power today. Trim's going to be 6.0. This thing's a rocket ship. We love the 600 here in Coastal because of the performance the airplane gives us. Not great in terms of cost per seat mile, but great in performance. So pilots love it. CEOs, not so much, but it's a great performing airplane. So the pilot in me likes it. All right, guys, here's the brief. All engines go. We're going to do it 5,200. Engine out go is going to be 5,600. Accelerate stop 6,400 with a margin of 5,500 feet on the margin. So we're cruising up there. And our departure fuel is 8630. You heard that chain. So let's go see what they charged us. And then we're looking at 3240. And that should be 336 plus 4, 10. We got 12, 13, 15, That's 5, 16, 17, 20. 20.5 on the fuel. I'll give myself a signature. Okay, we're doing Alpha 3 on the gate. I'm doing my paperwork, by the way. Oil quantity is 92 over 94. And then I believe we had 92. We had 92 over 92 in the hydros. Okay, good with that. Let's jump in the flight deck now. Let's get the box program. I'll bring up my seat. We'll get all this programmed and we're good to go. We're going to go full power today, so we're going to go /23. Good. Takeoff coming in. We're going to go flaps 1 with the CG. I'm looking over. It's probably going to be at 23. Yep, 24. It works. And the numbers that we had was approximately 26, 28, 34. 26, 28 is fine. 135. Whether it's in or not, I'm going to leave it. Okay, so that's no big deal. We're going to go to arrivals, departures. There is no departing SID on this. There's the 8. Let's see what that says. Probably runway heading. And I'm going to brief you guys as we get going. I don't like to do the flows just yet because the passengers aren't even on the aircraft. Looks like runway heading to 4,000 feet. I'm not electing to go say intentions because they're going to have me on the other runway. So say intentions is going to be trying to shoot me off to the south, and we're going to go runway 6. So I will turn it on here later, but right now we're just going to use real ATC and we'll use VATSIM. All right. Routing, we did that. We got that. There is no arrival into Bro, so we're just going to leave it as alone. I have never landed at the airport before, so this is kind of a proving flight for me and us. I got to look at gates and all that, and there is actual scenery for it. Fly Too High has great scenery. Again, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping it's going to be good. How's that? Looks like runway 13. Weather in Bro right now. Brownsville, South Padre. Runway 23 at 4, 10 miles and clear skies. You guys, it's an absolutely beautiful day to fly down there. So we'll plan on 200, probably going to be 13. We'll take 7,300 feet of runway there. So we'll take 13. That'll probably be the best runway for us. I'm just going to, that could change. I'll give you a flight time here. It looks like an ILS. Well, it'll be a visual. We'll just back it up to the ILS. So ILS 13. We'll throw that in there, and Bro transition. Now, Bro is broken. Bro is the Brownsville VOR, and it's actually broken. So we're going to go relax, actually. Click the route. Okay, right on back to takeoff. Takeoff's good. Let's go to the legs page. Route data. And we're going to request those wins. Let's get your comments. Snake Bites, what's going on, man? Hey, Captain, you're doing an early flight today. I said we got a long way to go in distance or the heat. Do it. Also, we don't forget density altitude. I bet it's a doozy in this weather. Yeah, 1,500 feet on the density altitude. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it's going to be bumpy over the Gulf. I saw that. It is not as big as Jaws, then I'm sure it's fine. Okay, good deal. Yay, that's him. Yep. All right, the Deep Blue was as big as Jaws. Bruce. Yes, Deep Blue is awesome. We ever saw Megalodon size faster than we moved. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I'm going to load that. You guys, this is a tuna. This is tuna fish. This is our tuna right here. This is our beautiful special livery. I'm going to go ahead and upload that link. Sorry. All right. Forecast is done. Let's go ahead and bring that in. We've got the weather up, guys. We're looking good. Let's do the briefing with you. And again, I'm going to get into the flow here in just a minute. I just want to brief with you what we're looking at. Okay, departure-wise, we are at Birmingham, Alabama. We'll brief the chart. I'm going to brief you on weather. The weather is going to be the big threat today, okay, especially takeoff. Landing, not so much. We're going to be around it, but the takeoff's going to be, you know, an interesting one. We're going to try to avoid the biggest crap. Why are you doing this to me? There we go. Airport information. Let's pull that in there. So I'll tell you what we got. We are going to be flying full screen in here. This is the Navigraph charts, by the way. We're going to push back out of here. We're going to go nose to the right. We'll go ahead and push, taxi on Alpha, Alpha straight down. We'll get off on 6. We'll blast off on 6. 12,000 foot runway. Plenty of pavement. The tower frequency is going to be 119.9. We'll get that programmed in there. Once we take off, it's going to be the Birmingham 8 departure. So it's basically runway heading to 4,000 feet. This kind of gets us away from the precipitation, and we're going to swing back around and go basically west, and then we're going to drop down to the east, and I'll show you why we're doing it. So if you can see here, 058 on the runway heading, top altitude 4,000 feet. Let's take a look at that gradient. A lot of people kind of forget the gradient, but it's a really important thing here. Standard is at a SID. Let's take a look. Keep going, keep going. All right, a couple of notes to do. So we're going to look at runway 6. It's 302 with minimum climb, 285 feet per nautical mile at 1,800 feet. This airplane will do that in a lamb's, shake of a lamb's tail. It's quick. So 150 knots, you could say we want a minimum of what? 435 per nautical mile. We're looking at about 1,000 feet a minute on the climb. Perfect. So this airplane's got that performance, no doubt. All right, let's go ahead and look at the data. I'm going to take a look at the actual routing, so you guys can have a peek at the routing and see what it's doing. And I'm just going to look. I'm going to actually pull it in here. You do that. I'm going to read from my SimBrief. I mean my Navigraph charts. Okay, so I'm looking. I get my route pulled up. There is some precipitation coming out of Birmingham, like I said. Okay, we've got Velkin, Lobs, Gooey, Wasser in the soup there. Next page. We've got Buffy to Tolzi. Oops. And then we're going to go Sutton to ELD, El Rado. Then we're dropping a Mixie. And then Luick, Enjoy Velcro, Darter, Racing to IAH, Bush Intercontinental, PSX, which is Pacos, then over to Cana, thence, let's go to Relax from there. Matter of fact, I'm going to go from PSX, I'm looking at my chart, we're going to go PSX straight to Relax, because that's going to put us on the initial. So let's go there, and things could change, but we're going to drop it in right now. And that is done. It looked good on my end. Did it look good on your end? I was kind of looking with you, but I was looking more at my chart than anything. All right, we're boarded full. We got passengers on the airplane right now. We got 83% of the bags loaded. Okay, let's get the airplane ready to go now. Now we're going to do our flows. I got 10:05 on the clock. We don't need to do any of this stuff because we already did. First flight of the day items were done. So I'm going to go ahead and throw our fuel pumps on, even the center tanks. All right, I like that sound. That means we're ready to go. I want to push early. If we can get an early push, let's go. Seatbelts coming on. I don't think we have an edict today. We'll watch that. We'll get all that stuff here ready to go. I'll give you a weather briefing before that's coming on. Probes off. We're going to go ahead and kick on the electric pumps. You can actually hear them. We are running the Boris audio packet. Yeah, you can see the weather coming in, guys. Don't want to really mess around too long here. I'll go ahead and disconnect the air cart now as the APU is coming online. And before I do that, just a few things I need to do. Why is that still like that? That should be off. Somebody didn't do their dang flows when they landed. This guy. All right. Really quick. Good. Down. Good. Down. Excellent. Right brakes on. All right. We probably would end up in bonds if we did. I have a Brazilian rainbow. Oh, cool. You guys are talking snakes. All right. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and get this program, guys. Flight altitude is going to be down about 38,000 feet. Landing, I'm assuming it's going to be probably right at sea level, if not sea level. Very close to the Mexican border. Pretty much dang near spot on the border here. 22 feet. Very close to the ocean, too. The Gulf, I should say. Landing altitude 22. So let's go 0. Good. Okay, guys. APU's coming online. Turn that up right now. Let's go ahead and give you a briefing. You guys ready for the brief? I gave you the departure briefing. Let's give you an actual brief now. We're going to do warts. So we'll call it the wart briefing. Here at Coastal. I'm going to go into a little bit with the weather with you. All right, let's see this. Weather and winds. Let's talk about the weather. Weather coming out of here is a little dicey. It's going to be precipitation off coming from the south. Well, what we're going to want to do is turn on the weather radar, especially going west. We're going to get into the bumps. So I already told the flight attendants, briefed them. They're going to have to sit down pretty much for the first, third of the departure out of here until we can get to about 38,000. We still have some cells, but the nasty stuff's to the south of us. We should avoid the nasty stuff out of here. Turbulent-wise, we've got a stagnant low-pressure system draped along the Gulf Coast. It's maintaining a persistent moisture feed in the region. This is frontal. This is not an air mass thunderstorm. A broad, disorganized convective outbreak is underway across the Gulf states, affecting Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and coastal Texas, with multiple convective segments. That's thunderstorms, guys. It's currently active across the entire departure corridor. The jet stream is positioned across the mid-south, contributing to moderate vertical shear over the portions of the route between 30 and 40,000 feet. Surface high convective clusters is active just north of the destination around Houston and Corpus Christi. Primary risk, this is from our dispatch office, by the way, at headquarters. Primary risk, we got embedded convective cells, tops about 40 to 45,000 feet in the departure sector. Convective segment coverage over much of the en route segment, potential moderate turbulence to severe turbulence associated with the active storm itself. So definitely want to avoid all that right now. We've got segments. We talked about that. We have great weather down in South Pedro, so I'm good there. Let's take a look at some potential cruise issues for us. We're looking at continuous light chop. Definitely out here. I think it's going to smooth out for us as we get to the west and we start getting over those cells. It's going to smooth out for us. Montgomery is probably continuous, occasional moderate chop. We'll take a look at that. Hattiesburg, we're forecasted to be light. And then New Orleans is going to be severe. We're going to be away out of the west, so we don't have to worry about that. Monroe, light, continuous. Again, we've got some PIREPs reported, severe turbulence reported between 40,000 near New Orleans, just like Max reported to us by a Falcon. We have some definitely turbulent band assessments. Looking at light chop probably between 34,000 38,000 associated with that upper level jet stream and sheer convective outflows. We got to watch that. Like I said, probably the biggest issue today is going to be the weather getting out of here. So our flight plan's looking good, guys, and we're going to get out of there that way. So that's the weather. A little bit of synoptic, what to expect for the departure. It's going to be bumpy. Keep the seatbelts on. Let the passengers know. The nasty stuff is to the south. We're not flying in it. Like our dispatcher routed us to the west around the light stuff, about 20,000 feet. I think we should pop out around there sometime. Okay, abnormals. Let's talk about aboard. Anything below 80 knots, we're going to stop the aircraft. Anything above 80 knots, we'll stop with engine fire, failure, fear, shear, throttles to idle, speed breaks down. We'll go full on the reversers and then hit the brakes. We'll get off the runway, cool those brakes down. We'll figure out what's going on and then assess the situation and go from there. Okay, I will brief one thing that could happen today is wind shear, likely with weather coming in like this. So let's talk about a wind shear escape maneuver if we needed to do one. What we'll do is we'll rotate. If we're above V1, we're going to hold the airplane on the ground just a little bit longer with plenty of runway. We'll rotate, get that airspeed that we need. We'll trade airspeed for altitude. So we're going to ride the stick shaker. If the VSI is going down on us, we'll do a wind shear escape. Basically, ride that stick shaker all the way up. Don't touch flaps or gear. We'll let it go until we get out of the airplane. We'll call the VSI, make sure we get positive VSI or vertical speed. Once we get a positive VSI, then we can clean the airplane up as normal and continue the flight. Let's talk about runways and runway lengths. Birmingham, Alabama right now, like I talked to you before, it's looking good. We got about 12,000 feet of pavement, just excellent pavement for us. Runway 6 departure today. And the length, we have about 5,500 feet of margin after V1 if we decide to stop the aircraft on the abort. Okay, terrain, route, threats, and mitigation. We just talked a little bit about the weather threat. We want to get out of here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and kick on the APU. All right, and Sid, there isn't any just runway heading out of here. We'll definitely do our radio calls, and we are going to start the flow process. All right, coming over here, we've got 134. You guys okay with that brief? Altitude is 4,000. What did I forget, guys? Did I forget anything? Anything you want to add in the chat? You're part of the crew here, you guys, so I want to let you guys be a part of this flight as well. You are a part of the crew, so if I miss something, please let me know. All right, that's good. My job is to get a great, friendly environment for open communication in a flight deck. All right, we're good there, guys. We're coming over here, and we've got this coming into TARA now. And we'll go ahead and do a push. Let's go ahead and call for push. Let's go ahead and get the airplane locked up, ready to go. We're on the bus, so last but not least, we're going to go back here, go to our ground services. We're going to release the air conditioning card, and we're going to pull the power. We're on the bus. Power's coming off the aircraft. Pop the chocks. You hear that gap is going to be able to listen. I'm trying to listen to what's going on. This is real world weather. Real world ETC. It's looking nasty. It's looking nasty. Let's get those doors closed. And last but not least, I need to turn on the beacon. We've got the checklist. Let's get out of here. Checklist coming up. All right. Gates away. Before start, fuel pumps are on. I want to make sure the center tank's on as well. Yes. Passenger signs, they're on. Window heat is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Doors are closed. No lights on that. Right there. Pressurization is set and auto. Auto brakes on RTO and stab trim is set. Okay, before push check is complete. 10:14. I want to get out of here on time here. We need this approving flight, so I do want to change this really quick. We're going to go primary E3. All right, let me get your comments. What do you got? Snake bites. You got a video on the snakes. Your channel anywhere? Also, you want railways. Okay, this Tucker pops. Model railways are not cheap. Yes. Let's kick tires, light the fires. I hope this thing has air conditioning. Yeah, we're gonna get you air conditioning right now. Well, packs are on. We'll throw the APU bleed running, and then we'll throw the packs on just for a minute until we can get going. I'll look in the cabin how hot it is. Not too bad. It's about 70 degrees. It's pretty good. You guys ready to roll? 119.9. Alright, on the bus. I want to go nose to the right, please. Tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, clock is 10:15. We are off the brakes here. I gotta put my time in. Let's go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Doors closed. We're ready. It's fire 2. Coming across, and I gotta throw the packs off. Just like that. Packs are off. Bleeds are on. Coming up. There we go. Okay, we got pressure in the duct. Here we go on the engine. Listen to those engines running. So I got to go inside. I'm going to do 25. I got my hands on the fuel. 25 fuel's in. Hold it. Just in case we get a hot start and hung start. This is getting cut off. All right, we got a light. I do like flying to this airport. I think it's one of my it's a really cool airport to fly into. Good light off on that. Oil pressure's off.
Please set parking brakes.
Park brake set. Looking good. Alright, we're going to look for a little rollback. Once we get a rollback, we did. We're going to go isolate, ventilate. We're going to isolate the ISO valve. We'll ventilate the cabin. Alright, fire number 1. Number 1 coming to ground. We're going to start 2 engines here because we can't taxi on one engine with about 3,000 pounds of fuel. Generally speaking, any fuel in the center tank You really don't want to do a single engine taxi. It's hard, especially in 2020. It's not easy.
Unlocking gear.
I think you can overhead panels too. Those look too good. You got the gear for the home cockpit. Looks so good. Yeah, I'm working on it, man. Here comes the fuel. Fuel's in.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
There's a light. Let's listen to those
Left is
engines
clear.
roll.
Right is clear.
Pretty cool. Okay, we'll see you. Looking for the pin next. Oil pressure's off. Dude's walking. I see the pin. Give him a salute. Looks like we got a good light on the #1 engine. Starter coming up, cut off about 56, 58. Around there. Starter's cut out. Look for a rollback. Rollback's good. 2 good starts. Let's go ahead. Right on down here. Okay, 1, 2. EMP's off. Stop burning that fuel. Last but not least, we're going to come over here. I'm going to check the battery switch. Looking good. Straight across. Looking at generators and an inverter. Excellent. Coming across. Propede is coming on. Window heat's on already. Dropping the panel. That looks good. This is on auto. Now that's on auto. This is auto. AP bleeds off. Continuous taxis on. Flaps 1. Checklist. Alright, let's go. For taxi. Generators are on. Propede is on. No lights. Anti-ice is off. Flight controls. We're going to check that right now. Let's go ahead and do a wipeout. 2. Rudder. Good on the wipeout. And transponders on TARA. Already put it up there. Let's go, guys. You ready to go? Brakes off. This is mapped wrong. That's why. All right, listen to those engines. I put the fuel in. So nice. All right, we're off. Takeoff speeds are good. Okay, guys, some closures around the edicts. We've got Boston ground delay. We've got Philly on a ground delay. San Francisco on a ground delay. San Diego's on a ground delay. Chicago's on a ground delay. DCA is on a ground delay. We are fine. Everything on the East Coast is terrible. We're good to go. Let me go and give him a call. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I got to just change my settings in my audio. I flew in last night on VATSIN. I forgot to change my audio, so I changed my audio really quick to right there. Apply. Give me a call. Birmingham traffic, Riptide 206 taxi, runway 6 via Alpha. So I just checked the airspace, it's fine. Some bumps crap, bumpy stuff. Wow, look at that nastiness. You want to get the heck out of Dodge, you guys. We'll turn on the weather radar as we get through here. Reset that for us, reset it again. Hey, thanks for joining the channel, man. Snake bite.
2, 4.
Welcome aboard. Alright guys, I'm going to push it up. We'll do a test right here. Ready? 2's up. And that's just a configuration check. That's good. Let them know, flight attendants know to get the cabin ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Alright. Good. I'm going to do a quick look. Packs auto, bleeds are on. We're on continuous This is a long taxi. Man, that is nasty stuff, isn't it? And it is on its way here, guys. We are going to be taking off away from that cell. So that's why I picked runway 6. I wanted away. Yes, I'm taxiing a little faster than usual. I want to beat that weather out. We're going to be kind of circle around back into it. This truck's going to cut me off, isn't he? Of course he is. Don't stop. Yeah, I'm just going to go right through him. Bang! Stupid traffic. Clear the runway, dude. What are you doing? Doesn't that look ominous? Ugh. No thanks. I want a tango there. Takeoff checks. Coming out right now. Takeoff config check. Packs are set. Bleeds are set. Altimeters and recall set. Takeoff is complete. I'm gonna shut off the center tanks for departure. Less than 5,000 will do that. We'll turn it back on and climb. That was an AD. That was a center tank AD issue. Anything less than 5,000, you got to keep it. I don't know if that 80 is still active. I'm not too certain. I have to check it out. Okay, guys, here we go. Lights coming on. We're clear for takeoff. We're going to go strobe. Lights are on. Good to go. I'll adjust my... Okay, you guys ready? Chat, you ready? We'll rock and roll here. I don't see anybody coming in on the area. That's Sim, we're good. Birmingham traffic, Riptides 206 taking runway 6, Birmingham. Tap the brakes, let's check them. Brakes are good. Tap them one more time. Alright, good to go. Okay guys, looks good on the engine. The engine parameters are set. We're out of here.
Approaching 06.
Okay, we got runway 6 on the VRAS. I got 6 on the marking on the pavement. All right, let's roll it in. Auto throttle's coming armed. Runway heading. Here we go. Bring them up to 40.
On runway 06.
12,000 feet of runway. Hold. Wait. Now. Toga. Push it down. Takeoff thrust is set. Once we get to 80, we'll release some of that pressure.
80 knots.
Cross check.
V1, rotate.
Here we go. Buzzer rate. You're up. Degrees on the nose. I keep on trucking out west a little bit, clear that traffic. Bug it up. Weather radar on. feet. Bugging it up, about 200 knots. Flaps up. Heading select. 3,000. Alright. Man, 10 on, 1,000 to go. Here we go. Heading selects up. I'm going to go unrestricted here, okay? We'll climb about 210 on the speed. We're going to go up now. I want to do about 10,000 for now. Let's do a level change climb. Try to keep us away from this garbage. I told you it's going to be a little bit rough coming out of here. That's the first layer. The green I'm not too concerned with. More concerned with that yellow or red. Let's go ahead and go with up. Alright, there we go. There's our first waypoint. So we're going to go vectors to Vulcan. And I'm going to go lateral, VNAVs on. That worked out great. We're going to do about 210 knots. I'll go ahead and transition to about a 220 on the climb now. I want to blast off. You can see what I'm looking at, right? Look at all this. Nasty crap. Okay, check flaps. We'll do a quick climb check. Flaps are up. Speed brake is good. Coming in. Good, good, good. Taxi's off. I'm going to keep those on. And I'm going to turn on our center tanks. Burn that center tank down a little bit now. The reason why I'm climbing at a 220 knots is because we're going to climb faster, quicker, to avoid the weather, okay? So I'm going to try to climb out of here like a bat out of you-know-where so we can clear this weather. Right now, it's not too shabby. That's what we want to avoid. So we're avoiding this for a reason, right? Continue the climb, okay? Let's go up to 380 unrestricted, okay? VNAV on the climb. I'm going to go level change again. We're climbing on level change for now. Because I don't care about path, I just care about getting up to altitude quick. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. I'll let the flight attendants know. And then we're going to go ahead and increase our speed now just a little bit. About 230 knots. So far ahead of us, looking at the weather radar, actual real-world weather radar, it looks pretty nasty. I think we're going to be clear of the worst of this stuff. Now we're on course, and I'm going to start blasting off out of here at 250 now. Now I'm going to close the speed window, and we're going to climb at 250 knots. Now I'm going to open the speed window again. Now you can see it just went from... I'm going to throw LNAV, but I'm going to open the speed window, and I'm going to zip it down to 250. Okay, because I want to climb at that reduced speed to get away from the cell. We're basically trying to outrun the cell. That's what we're doing. Kind of threading the way through this, and this is what our dispatcher... Now, the airport we want to go to is direct south, guys. But if we go south, we're going to be in the teeth of the dog. So we don't want to do that. I mean, you can see out the window, it's nasty southbound. So we want to kind of snake our way through this weather. Man, it's beautiful. The weather's depiction is really, really nice. This is what you would expect in this kind of weather. So now we're doing 250 knots. We're climbing at a faster rate, better angle, instead of 290 or 300, because I want to climb faster. Right, I want to get to the climb quick. We're at plus 11. We're definitely looking at icing conditions here once we get in that. I'll go ahead and turn that off for you. Let's do a climb check. All right, climb checklist. Here we go. Packs and bleeds. Packs are off. Packs are auto, bleeds are on. Pressurization checked, looking good. Start switches. I'm going to elect to keep them continuous for now because of the weather. APU's off, and our flaps. Flaps are up, no lights. Climb check is complete. All right, what do you got? I'm shocked I haven't already joined the Discord. I thought I have. It seemed not to. It's all right. Good to have you on board, man. They're probably cooking in tower, so they're slower. That's probably right. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and contact... looks like going to be Memphis Center. Let's go ahead and tune to Memphis Center now. Let's see what they got for us. Once we get west, I think we're going to be all right. ZME. I'm trying to give you guys a good ride. A good ride in here. All right, 18,299.2. Let's go ahead and do the setting here. Now we're +5. Here comes the engine anti-ice for now. Cow's open. Now they're good. We'll just make sure we're not going to ice up. I will increase our speed now, so I'm going to go ahead and elect to start going about 300 knots. We're in like the area of light precipitation. There is forecasted light precip. Yeah, that's an unusual the kind of traffic we have to avoid. Simisms. Captain Hook, that's genius. Somebody say that? Question, why is the 600 and 700 front end sloped? The front end of what? The nose? Or are you talking about the nose gear? How it's like kind of a pitch down a little bit? Surprised we're not getting more turbulence in these clouds, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got real air turbulence enabled too, so I mean, right now, guys, it's light turbulence, and we're pretty much going to be on the tops of it. According to the weather radar, real life is about 21,000 feet tops. So we're not in the cell. The cell is to the south. The nasty stuff. We're actually flying a northwest route, and our route is south. So once we hit Wasser, and then we hit I-Buffy, we're out of this junk. All the stuff is going to be to the east of us, east of our flight path. So we're going a little bit out of the way to kind of clear that weather. If we went direct south, we'd be in the teeth of the dog. And they originally had us that way, due south, and I went, no. Dispatch, I don't think so, bro. You gotta rethink your strategy here. Hey, 122.8. Okay, 122.8's in there. The front fuselage sloped down to the ground. All right, I'll tell you why. It's a great question, and I absolutely know the answer to that. Because take you back to 1960 when the airplane was getting developed. Back in 1960, one of the requirements for the 737 was they wanted a airplane. Now we're in icing. I mean, this is prime time for icing. So let's keep our eyes out. It's pretty smooth. I gotta be surprised. I'm surprised. I expect a little more bumps than that. Yeah, see, we're real turbs on, so I expect it. But that's good. Hey, that's what good flight planning does, right? Kind of wants us to get around the nasty stuff first, which is south of Memphis. So anyway, the requirement was they wanted the 737 to be a quick turn aircraft on the ground. They wanted it to be no more than 30-minute ground time turns, because at the time they wanted the ground personnel to jump in the airplane. Just no tugs, just jump in. They wanted it, the requirement was like 3 to 4 feet above the ground. So if they extended the nose gear, matter of fact, and that requirement, there's your turbulence. That requirement was, let's see, a whole lot of shaking going on right now. Yeah, not too bad. So that because of that requirement, they had to actually flatten the nacelles. Look at the engine nacelles, guys. It's flat. Well, this airplane, they had to flatten the nacelle because if they had it round, it wouldn't have the ground clearance it needed. So that was the biggest requirement for this aircraft, to be low enough to the ground where our ground personnel could jump in and do a turn. And the airplane was built around that. That was the biggest requirement, is in order to facilitate 280, we want to go 380, bro. Sorry, let's keep climbing. 307. So that was the biggest requirement. So, and the airplane, the airline did, Boeing did everything in their power to make sure that that requirement was set, even flattening the engines. And so, yeah, what happened was, if they had an extended nose gear, it would be too high to jump up. So what they did was they dropped it. So they have it, your gear is short, and they have that nose drop down a little bit like that, because it gives them forward bin space. That's why. Good question. That's a really good question, especially in the 7.3. It's kind of wonky that way. All right, guys, we're still heading. I see the daylight here, right? We're still heading west. I'll tell you when you can see after Wasser, we start to eye Buffy, and that's going to kind of get us out of the nasty, nasty stuff. We should be over the stuff now. The cells to the south of us are pushing 45,000 feet. We can't climb over that. So we're not going to be in it, though. This route that we did, I think, was the perfect route. It gets us away from the real nasty cells. And, well, you guys could see it was really not too bad. I am still stuffed up from being sick. Blow my nose. Cool. Oh, man. Sorry if that briefing went quicker than anticipated, but I wanted to kind of beat that weather out of here. All right, now we're starting to head southwest. Just enough. We weren't heading toward our destination, now we are. We got to keep it at 380 now, guys. We can't go up to our highest altitude is 40, but we'd have no room. So you don't want to cap out your altitude. You want to keep it 1,000 under from your max, just so you have some buffer. There's that Mach zone area. You don't want to hit that. You can see on the weather radar, everything nasty is now off the left wing as we head kind of. We're heading 270. We're heading direct west. Once we get to Tozy, we'll start the southbound turn. And that'll keep us well away from the cells. Give me a like on that, guys. If you thought that was good aviating, good piloting, give me a like for that. I just think that deserves a like, right? Give you guys a nice ride out of there. That's what I would have done in real life anyway. I would have said, get me the heck out of here this way. As we burn off some fuel, we'll try to see if we can climb that 40,000 feet. We'll see. All right. It's your comments here. What are you guys doing for Memorial Day? Anybody grilling? I am so hungry right now. Oh Boy, doing an ILS and MSY first 20 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be terrible. You guys having fun? Anybody going out tonight? I'll give you an update on the route here as we kind of cruise in. The good news is the mileage is ticking down, which means we're getting closer. All right, you guys, we're hearing those tops. Got a little more to go, and once we hit iBuffy, the weather is behind us. Or I should say to the right of us. 320, let's go ahead and... that's it. Nice. All right, guys, we're over the bumps. That was pretty good. I'll call the flight attendants. Let them know to start service. I'll say, hey, we're over the stuff, so you guys can go and start your service. That's it. Pretty good. I'll give you a ride report here. Just a little bit. I've got to get a snack too. I am hungry. Copy that. Let's start with this. Okay, guys, after well, we should have light turbulence from Tolsey. Might be bumpy pretty much until Lurick, and then it should smooth out for us after Lurick. So we'll keep our eye on it. If we get into some bumps, we'll let you know. We got 1,000 to go here. I am definitely gonna have to get some food. Lighted. Cool. Snakebite said just did a like. That was some smooth flying. Nice blue sky. That's what we'd like to see. That's exactly what we like to see. All right, 38,000 feet. Right now, I mean, it's supposed to be a little light chop where we're at, you guys. The weather, at least the weather, is going to be... I do expect some turbulence between pretty much right where we're at now all the way in until we get to... you know, Mixie after Tolsey or Lurick, it should settle down for us. But right now, it's good to go. Let's go and take a peek. Yeah, I'm good with this ride. Let's go ahead and turn it off for now. Seatbelt's coming off. All right. Give you guys an idea on timing. We're 731 miles to go to destination here, and we're looking at about 1740 Zulu. So right now it's 15, so it's about 2 hours from now will be as our ETA. 2 hours. I might have to go to the store. Man, I should go to the store while we're at cruise. I gotta get like hamburger buns and stuff. Alright, It's right down the road. It's not too far away. What do you guys think? More like 3 o'clock dinner. I'll probably do it for dinner. How's that? I'll cook for dinner. Then lunch will be fend for themselves for lunch. I'll just grill for dinner, and then that'll give me time. How's that? Maybe. Cody, we're good. We're starting to head. Well, we're heading more west. Kind of get away from that cell. Those cells coming up from the south, kind of going up and around the cells. We had a little precipitation, but nothing major, man. We're looking at 529 nautical miles top of descent. So about estimating 1740 Zulu and 1540 now. A little less than 2 hours. So we're trying to kind of gonna get in some bumps again just because of the outflow stuff, but we're out of the nasty part behind us. So nice. Love this paint, man. This paint's so nice. It's gonna look good in 24. How you doing, Cody? You grilling? I am so hungry. Guys, I'm gonna probably take a lunch break. I expect turbulence right now. We'll see. I expect to get it in, where are we heading? Buffy. Yep. It's forecasted light turbulence at this altitude all the way until Velcro. There's the Buffets. Shit. There we are. Dang it. Alright, seatbelts coming on. I'm about to slow down. 0.76 on the speed. If we descend, we're going to be in it. If we climb, we're going to be in it. We're in it. All the way up until 45,000 feet or below 25,000, which we're not going to do that. We're just going to have to deal with the ride, guys, until we get to Velcro. Now, let me give you an idea. Let's see. Estimated Velcro at hey guys, Velcro we're estimating at 1640, so just about an hour. We're going to be in this stuff for an hour. There's nothing we can do about it either. Just we're stuck. And this is just surfing those tops of the cells. All that turbulence there. Outflow boundaries we're hitting. This upper level jet kind of stuff that we got to deal with for an hour at least. So it's what it is. Yes, sir. I'll have to give you a pyre up after I catch a ride on Kevin's speed bus. Yeah, that was great. Kevin's speed bus is awesome. Nice, man. I miss flying the sim. Glad the semester's over. I'm looking forward to knocking out my latest bid. Yeah, that's cool. Grilling for dinner. Working on getting another house project today. Renovating another closet. Only 3 to go after this one. You do a lot of work, buddy, around your house. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and get a quick bite to eat. I know the turbulence, we're going to be riding like this for a bit. I'll let everybody know it's going to be like this. There's nothing we can do. This is the old cabin. We have to get it refurbed. It's nasty stuff. Every altitude, guys. Nothing you can do. Just continuous, light, moderate. Until we can get out of Velcro. We get to Velcro, which is in Middle Texas. We should be okay. It's about another hour away. I tried to give you a good smooth ride. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Kind of forecasted that way, right? But I am going to get something. I'm going to get a snack. Let everybody know it'll be dinner about 4 o'clock for dinner. Wait. What? What? Wait, what did I do? Speed bus? Yes. Your speed bus. All right, let me send a message to the family and let them know that we're going to be cooking like 4 or 5-ish. Let's get my, I got to get my, okay. Plan dinner at 4-ish. Lunch. On 409-ish. I didn't mean to type that, it just did. You were the speed bus, so Kevin. Wow, look at this. And it's too cold to be like icing, so when I gotta get something to eat, guys. I'm gonna faint. My blood sugar's dropping pretty bad. I'm shaking already. I haven't eaten. I didn't eat breakfast or anything, so I gotta. Let me just grab a quick look at the buffet going on. Woo! Anybody know why we're at 0.76? In the comments, chat. I want to know why we're cruising at a lower speed than we should be. We should be at 0.78. We're cruising at 0.76. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to take my phone, so I'll see you in the comments. You guys stick around. I'm going to give you a nice view here. You guys can see the bumps in the jump seat here. You're not going to see anything outside anyway. Just, well, maybe I'll just keep you. I don't know. Maybe give you a GoPro view or something like this. There you go. A little GoPro view for a minute. I'm going to go grab some eats. I will be back in just a hot minute. I'm going to drop that yoke. Here we go. Cool. 672 nautical miles, 545. 600 is parked at Fort Lauderdale. If you need one, it's already there. Good deal. Hey, buds, this is 100 times smoother than going to the south. Would have still, so I'm sure the passengers won't mind too much considering. Yeah, it would have been really bad. We would have been eating the monster, the thunderstorm monster. I'm not doing that. So, well, this is just light, moderate stuff, continuous. I mean, I would love to get out of it, and I would have briefed the passengers even before we took off. I said, the first portion of the flight is going to be a little bit bumpy until we can get, south of the turbulence. It's just upper air stuff. The nasty stuff's going to be away from it. It's just all altitudes are pretty much garbage today until we get to about an hour into the flight. So I would have briefed you as a passenger, kind of what to expect. I would have said, probably try to kick the seatbelt sign off about an hour into the flight. Yeah, it's moderate chop. You can see the airplane busting around. You guys want a wing view or you want this view? Speed bus, it's great. By the way, you guys don't know, on our Coastal Airways Discord channel, our flight crew, we have this route in we had a Fort Lauderdale flight that actually took off from Fort Lauderdale, where Miami base is. So you have to take a bus like a bus to get up there. That's where you start your day in Miami. Picks you up from the parking lot, and then it takes you up to Fort Lauderdale for your first flight, and all part of your FDP. And it's funny. So Kevin put a bus that's got like a drag, like a just completely gutted bus with a souped up engine. Thing was doing cartwheels and fire coming out of the back of it. So we named it the Speed Bus to Fort Lauderdale. So I do have that flight. Yesterday I flew the first leg. I filmed it, so you guys will be able to see it. It's going to be a condensed 15-minute version. That's another thing I want to know. Do you guys want to see... I usually release a video during the middle of the week, something like a light flight like this. Do you guys want to see that condensed like that, 15 minutes? I've been kind of a trick of releasing those because those videos are usually an hour 30 minutes, an hour, hour 30, sometimes an hour 40 minutes. Quite a long video. I try to cut the cruise portion out of it. Sometimes I can't. But let me know. I want to know your thoughts. I'm going to go grab some food. Otherwise, I'm going to be on the ground. I will be right back. Just a minute. Stick around. Hopefully you guys like the cockpit view. If not, I can change to it. Slower due, not one of the gun through the turbulence or its headwind. Down it's a speed limit on the route at this altitude. It is a speed limit, actually. It's a speed limit because of the airplane. The airplane's limitation in turbulence is 0.76 or 280 knots, whatever is lower. So 0.76 is a turbulent penetration speed for the airplane. That's why we have to go 0.76. It's a speed limit. Because you put undue stress on those wings in the bumps. So you got to slow it down, decrease your wing load, then that's the reason. You guys want to see a wing view while I eat? Or the, probably the flight deck, I'm assuming. There's nothing to see up here but cloud. Alright, this time I'm stepping out. I'll give you a view like that. That's a cool one. It's gonna give you a GoPro, but there you go. That's a cool one. Can't really see anything anyway, it's all gray. Ah, so it's F-right. Exactly. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna eat my lunch, and I'll be back, and we're gonna talk about the rest of the route. Here we go.
traffic and traffic.
10 to the left, Southwest 1393.
All right, folks, I am back. Sorry I'm leaving you for that long. I'm trying to get this camera right. Anyway, looks good. Bumps are done. We're at Mixie. Pretty much done with it. Let's go ahead and kick it up. So we're going to go ahead and push the speed intervene back in. Turn off the seatbelt signs. Here we go. We're out of the, the nasty stuff is that way. It looks like we can resume our own speed. Thanks for being patient with me as I had to eat. Otherwise, I would have been laid out on the floor somewhere. Noticing the blood sugar dropping a little bit. We'll go ahead and tune to Fort Worth. DFW, ZFW. We should have really good weather now. From here on out, guys, the weather should be all right. Maybe occasional moderate, occasional turbulence here, but the nasty stuff is really behind us. So that is good to see, right? 37 was a good ride. We don't want Abilene low. Let's see if we can get a better sector for us here. Hopefully center. At this point, I'm just gonna tune in. Okay. All right, folks. Good stuff. Thanks for being patient again. Like I said, I was while I was eating, I was looking at the weather report. I read a bit of it, just kind of what we thought it was going to be. Nothing major. Once we're past Mixie, which we are now, it should start smoothing out for us. We're with Fort Worth Center now. I just tuned into their frequency. Let's see what they have to say. 63 knots on the nose. Estimated top of descent about 361 nautical miles. We're getting pretty close. Heading now on that south track, south-southwest track. And here we go. I'm wondering if I could get something else. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so oh man. So this is a proving flight, and And if you're not familiar, I've got four more 737s. Huh. Okay, I got some work to do there. Just reading some text. Reading text messages is what I'm doing. Alright, back to work. So I've got 4 737-600s to get out the door. I wore 3. One's a spare, so it's going to come out 3. Pretty good. Look at it. Look at it out here now, folks. The nasty stuff is behind us. Should be a nice smooth ride now into South Padre. Has anybody ever been to South Padre Island? Look how small this airplane is. This airplane is teeny. About 115. I think we can. This thing can hold 120 on our configuration. Do not go back there. My dog is trying to go back where all the wires are. The last time she did that, she ripped it all out of the wall. So she can't go back there. It's like out of bounds. Over here. Over here. Not back there. This side. This way. This way. I don't know. She's crazy. But we got 4. So anyway, the plan. We got 4 more 737-600s to release. We got 3 700s to release. And then we're done. You see what I mean? You are all on the wires. Alright, sorry about that. Dog decided to run under my, you heard it, table, ripped all the wires out. The dang lights fell on her. Like, you can't be back here. Like, I don't know. It was a smaller dog, not a big dog. My big dog couldn't even fit under the table. She tried. Well, there's that. What'd you say? Just arrived New Orleans. Instantly vectoring myself around like it was, yeah. Go around into a second attempt. We thought that was going to happen. We looked at what the weather in New Orleans earlier, and we were like, nope, that's not happening. Matter of fact, I bet you New Orleans, well, they're not really able to ground stop yet, but let's see what they got. Gulf route closures are possible. I'm surprised they haven't done an edict yet for that area. That shocks me. Where's the edict times? Boston, DCA, Philly, anything in the Northeast is terrible right now. JFK, Boston. Philly. DFW. Anything else? That's it. I don't. New Orleans is. I don't see it. No edict time coming out of New Orleans. Look nasty. Yeah, I saw that. I'll get you the MD-80 run right after I'm done, buddy. I'll get something in the system for you. Look for it this afternoon. I'll have it for you. It's on my list to do's right after I'm done landing here. We'll get it over to you. Okay, guys, 293 nautical miles to go, top of descent. We're going to be pushing into Houston airspace, which is CHU. All right. Where would we be over Houston? That's what I want. Okay. Okay, folks. 287 miles to go. I am a real-life pilot. I have a pilot's license. My background is in aviation safety, so I work for the NTSB right out of college. All good to go. Quentin Boggs, welcome aboard. Let's see here. First off, it says, all this advertising makes me want to go back down to South Padre. You've been there. How is it? Obviously it's a leisure destination. I was looking into that. And that's it. We got Lufkin coming up here. 112.1. Let's start 298. 1121. Throw it in there, and that should bring us the VOR. Yeah, that's Lufkin. You can see that there. If I turn my course or spin that course around, that's the VOR. I'll go ahead and intercept that VOR. Spin that puppy around there. There we go. Good. The There she is, all of her glory. Beautiful livery. Support sustainable fisheries. Nice 600. Good stuff. No, not 18. No, sir. Went to Embry-Riddle. My background, Embry-Riddle, graduated there. Then I went into I got my license, instrument rating, all that stuff. Went to Riddle, but really for safety, the safety side of the house. So aviation safety is what I went into, crash investigation. That's my background. And then, yeah, this is Coastal Airways. So if you're not familiar with us, FSBN channel, you're on it right now. We do a lot of this virtual airline. There's Coastal right here, and then we do real world weather, procedures, you name it, you got it. It takes about 6 months of training to get through the program. So we're not going to be big. We're not very big. That's for design. I modeled it after an AQP, which is an airline qualification program. That's why it takes so dang long to get through the training. I mean, in real life, it doesn't take 6 months, but it takes, 3 weeks or so to get a type. Basically, it's a type rating. You're going to get a type rating when you join us on the 7-3. It's no joke. A lot of people can't do it because they don't have the time to dedicate. It's not like it takes a lot. It takes time. You got to have the time and you got to have the willpower to dedicate to getting through the program. Once you're through it, though, it's pretty cool. Everything we do, like if you're new to us, everything we do is to the max, like real life stuff, man. We don't just go into airports because we want to. It's all vetted, and then we're charged just like you would in a real airport. Landing fees, you have FIS charges, you have FES charges, you have terminal charges, you have gate charges, hold room charges, bag fee charge. Each airport is different. So this airport, just to give you an idea, this airport took us about 3 weeks to go through all the numbers to see if it would work. The load factor, I don't know if we're going to make money on this route. This is one of those routes where there is no non-stop. I needed a smaller airplane because you're not going to fill a 700. You're not going to fill an 800. You potentially could fill a 600. You definitely could fill an RJ, but all these RJ routes will go into like American. We'll go down to Dallas, and United's going to go to Houston as well. So there's really I think we got a niche market here. There's no direct. So we were able to go direct. I think there's enough people from Birmingham we could probably sneak in. We snuck in 150 folks. That's about right. It's a leisure destination. Gets people from Alabama down on the coast, and it's far enough where they can't drive, and driving takes all day. So I think the route would work, hopefully. The biggest thing I remember about South Padre, it's not crowded, and it's not rowdy, and filled with teens aren't in there. That's good. All the teens go to Galveston. There you go. It's beautiful too. Lots of family stuff. Nice. So we picked a good destination, I think, didn't we? I've never flown there, so no idea. I've just kind of researched it, right? So this would probably be a good leisure destination for us. And it's great weather. Today is beautiful. So if you're going to the beach today, you're in for a treat. It's really nice down there. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Was that a helicopter? You see the clouds are starting to thin out a little bit. The weather report in South Padre right now is 12 minutes ago. Winds are calm, 10 miles visibility, scattered clouds at 6,000 feet. Temperature 33, so it's a little warm, a little hot. 22, 29901 on the altimeter. We're probably going to get some heating down there, so I expect some thermal turbulence going on. We'll get some thermals when we get in there, give us a little ride. As we get lower into the descent, I expect that Earth's heating to start taking over, bouncing us around a little bit. We're still too far away to start planning for the descent, but that's something that we'll have to start thinking about here shortly. I want to do it about 150 miles. I know it's still far away, but I'd like to do that. Before joining Coastal, I never pushed any of the test months. Now I can't fly without pushing all of them before flying. Weather briefings, airport reviews, flight briefings, failure practice. Yeah, Kevin. Kevin is a great example of, somebody who made it. Kevin and Max, both of them, were on the channel right now watching. Cody. It's the virtual airline. This is a different animal. It's not the same as your typical sign and fly. You can check us out, flycoastalairways.com. And you can see in the channel we have our merch. You want to support us, buy a shirt. They're pretty cool. Or you could go to YouTube, become a YouTube member. You can see a whole bunch of videos before they come out. Also do private streams for our members occasionally, especially when hockey season starts. There's going to be a lot of private streams going on. And I think I made 2 years ago now public, so you guys can see that. Yeah, there's a lot. And when the 757 comes out, it's going to be the same thing, right? It won't be a direct hire in the 75 though, but so you folks watching you'll have to go through the 73 to get to a 75. So, and you'll probably have to be an FO on the 73 for about a year. And by the way, you fly all your flights from this seat, so everything's got to be moved around. So people don't like that either. But yeah, you'll be flying FO for, it could take a year or more depending on our graduation rate and all that stuff. That's about it right there. And our guys now get used to flying from the right seat, and then we'll do a captain upgrade and when we need it, right? So I think our highest senior FO will probably get a promotion when we get somebody in the door, and just kind of next level stuff. So then our that FO becomes a captain, but they've got to go through training, not just hiring, but they've got to be trained and released. And when they're released to the line, our most senior FO gets bumped up to a captain. And by the way, folks, we maybe get one a year. We get one pilot a year through the training. It's not like it's not hard. It's just time consuming. What would you guys say? If you had to classify our training? It's you're going to get an ATP style. It's designed from an AQP, which is an airline quality that I have, by the way, and it's designed just like a little bit of a taste of what to expect. There's sim time that you're going to be flying. There's a ground brief that you're going to watch. There's test. There's flying. You have to film it. We do over the shoulder. Over the shoulders are easy. We do that live sometimes with our instructors. Makes it a little more easier for our guys to get through quicker. But I don't know how you would describe the training. What do you describe? Guys, we're going to get close to IAH, which is Bush Intercontinental Airport here, coming up. Got an aircraft approaching. Probably just took off out of Intercontinental. Maybe. Going to LFTM. What the heck's he in? He's in a 777. Massive. Just took off. Going to Istanbul. Man, that's a long flight. Glad that's not me. Dang. Good luck, brother. That's all I gotta say. Good luck on that. That's a long flight. Coastal training, in one word, intense. You will learn more than you ever planned on or thought you ever would. You understand how the plane flies, not just take off and land over and over again. Yep. Thank you, Kevin. That's good. Intense is a great word, but you learned a lot, right? You push yourself. You get to push yourself through a little bit. Like you said, you've done things that you never would expect to do in a sim. You treat it like you're really flying the airplane, which is good. That's how we want it. Man, I'll tell you what. Look down once you get to IAH. I'm waving up at you. Oh, nice. Well, it's coming. We're coming close, man. We're gonna be overflying Intercontinental approximately. We're at 16:52. So about a little less than 10 minutes. Probably about 5-6 minutes. Looking good on our fuel burn, guys. Just doing the math quick. Looks good on our burn. Snakebite says I should be coming up on my simulated PPL with the UK VA I'm with. Alright, at the moment. So once I have done multi-engine training, I'll defo apply to coastal and the jets with you guys. Unless we can start sooner. I think we have to start on jets at coastal unless I heard that wrong. No. You could start. We actually have a thing where we have basically a bridge program. So if you guys wanted to fly with us earlier, you don't have to do the 7-3 training. You could do the CJ3, or we have the Phenom 300 that flies to our island in the Bahamas. And then we have a Cessna 208 that flies like fishing charters to these islands in the Bahamas. We do a lot of fly fishing out there. So that is possible. But you would have to get checked out either in the Phenom 300 or the CJ3, either one of those airplanes, and you can start after you get a checkout. And a checkout really is going to be all right, over the shoulder air work, stalls, steep turns, stuff like that, landings, takeoffs, and it's all over the shoulder. And then you'll be doing 3 landings into Hawk's Nest, which is our island resort that we bought last year, the end of last year. And so if you could demonstrate you can land and not go off the end of the runway at Hawk's Nest, which is probably what, 3,100 feet maybe? It's a shorty. You got it. You're in. And then you fly that hop. It literally goes from Miami. You start in Miami at our gate. You start at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's where most of our connections are. So you're only going to fill 8 passengers too. 8 passengers get on the airplane. You fly a business jet from Miami, and you go to our island called the Cook Islands. You're going to fly to a place called Authors Island, and that's going to be an AOE airport, which basically means an airport of entry. So you have to clear customs, Bahamas customs. So you land there, you clear customs, then you take off out of there about 30 minutes later. And it's a 30-minute ground time just because of customs. And then you fly south, and you're flying for about 15 miles, maybe 20 miles south to our Hawk's Nest. And you would land in Hawk's Nest, and that's it, man. You land the airplane, and you do a turn, and you go back the other way. You do the same thing you did. Take off, you go to Authors Island, then over down to Miami, and then you're done for the week, because we don't fly there again for like I think it's like a 4-day, and then you're not doing anything for 4 days, and you can fly back. You just shuttle. That's what you do. You just shuttle passengers to the resort, and then if you wanted to get into 208, once you get to Hawk's Nest, we have a whole thing, man. Once you get to Hawk's Nest, you can take off on a 208, which we have an amphibian, and you fly to a little island, and it's an island off of the Eleuthera Islands, and it's a great bone fishing bone fly fishing place. So we literally take off, you land there, you set camp. So if you have parallel 42, you have camp out, you would set your camp, and then you fish for 2 days at that place. You're just looking for bonefish. That's what we're fishing for. And then it's so much fun. You just sit there for 2 days, and you get paid for this, by the way, when you do it. You know, virtual money, but it's still fun. After you're done, you take off on the 208, head back to the island, and then you jump in the jet flying back home. So, and also we have a boat charter as well. So you didn't want to do the 208, you could do a deep sea boating, fishing thing. Again, parallel 42 has fish, go fish, and we utilize that as well. That's all built in. So it's pretty fun. All right, I'm going to wave to you. We're over Houston, right there. Coming up. We over it? Yep. See you, dude. Quite fun. Different, but really fun. All right. I think I read that. Is the Cessna 208 a single or multi? It's a single engine aircraft. It's a single engine turboprop by Black Square. They did a great job. I'd probably go off the end of the runway with the jet. Yeah, I got it. I could probably wrangle the 208 into the runway, but it wouldn't be too comfortable for the passengers yet. I just looked. The 208 is a single engine. I might be able to do that sooner than later. I'll obviously build up the jets and multi-engines and even the amphib one. That sounds fun. It is fun. So you guys do training for the 208? Yes. If you do, I can apply much sooner. If not, I'll just apply once I know how to fly the thing. I would definitely learn to fly it first, but like get really comfortable in the airplane so you know the ins and outs of the airplane. You know not to cook the engines, because all that stuff has to be. If you break the airplane, we got to pay for it. And I don't want to bust a PT6. Be a terrible thing. Yeah, so I think you just get comfortable in the airplane. And if you wanted the Phenom 300, that's a beautiful jet. That's a twin-engine jet. Really nice. Okay, guys, update really quick. 151 nautical miles. Let's go ahead and start getting the weather ready to go. The weather just switched over, so we can use the weather. We'll get a briefing for us. We'll start preparing. All right, let's see what you got for us, buddy. At Bro. Okay, winds are calm. 10 statute miles on the viz. Scattered clouds at 6,000. 33 over 22. Altimeter 29901. Okay, guys, winds are calm, looking good. Preferred route. I think we're just gonna do what we wanted to before. Take that south runway. It's gonna be 13. We'll just take 13 right in there. It'll be good. A little bit of longer taxi if we went that way. Yeah, not too bad. Let's take 13. We'll plan on that runway. I'm going to plan auto brake 2. We'll figure out what we get on the distance and numbers. Let's crunch our numbers. So numbers right now, what I have, we're at gross weight of 121. Our paperwork's saying 118. We're definitely not going to get that low, but we'll do probably 100. Just guess with you. I'd say about 119. We'll burn at least, got another 150 miles to go. So landing en route. Now I'm using VTP. This is called the virtual performance tool. So you plug in all your parameters and it gives you that. SimBrief works great, and so does the dispatched, the EFB if you wanted to use that. I don't. I like using this a lot. So let's do Bro. I love the airport identifier here. Bro for Brownsville. It's pretty cool. All right, runway 13. Dry and the winds are calm. Flaps 30. The airport. Now I've never been here, so I'm going to obviously treat this as a threat. Now, looking at 7,300, I'm going to go ahead and elect flap 40 on this. Just gives it a little more stopping power. This is 600, so I'm not concerned with any of that. This thing can perform really well. But I want to do flap 40 just for the heck of it, just to slow it down a little quicker. Let's go what did I say? Split the difference. Let's go 119 on the weight. We'll do flap VRF 45. So VRF 40 plus 5 knots on the buffer. Let's see what we get. Mike, what's going on, man? What are you doing here? I can be here. I have a cold, but shouldn't be at barbecue or some Memorial Day celebration. And happy Memorial Day, everyone. Yes, Mike, we are going. I'm doing Memorial Day right after I'm done landing. I got to go to the store and get some burgers, and hot dogs, buns, and all that stuff. I'm supposed to be cooking for the family tonight, so I'll get that done. Auto brake 2, it doesn't like it. So auto brake 2, we can't use. Auto brake 3, and then it's full reverse 2. So auto brake 3, we have a 6,100 feet landing distance required. Landing distance available is 73.99. Now, again, I don't see any displaced thresholds or anything like that, so that's probably close to the full runway. You're not going to have 7,300 feet. You're going to subtract at least 1,000 from that for flare and landing and all that. So I've included that. It's called it's called factored. So with factored, braking at 3, auto brake at 3 gives us 6,100. No procedures required in terms of cooling the brakes. Won't need to cool any brakes or anything like that, which is great. That's good for us. That means we can turn the aircraft relatively quick out of here. And by the way, we're flying from Brownsville, Texas, all the way back to Fort Lauderdale. So it's a nice big triangle we did. Bang, bang, bang. And in the afternoon, like at night, it goes on the reverse. So our PM crew will take it, and they'll fly from Fort Lauderdale to Brownsville, Birmingham, back to Fort Lauderdale. So that's kind of how this airplane does it. It's going to go up and back, and then switch crews in Fort Lauderdale, and then it does the reverse. So we don't leave any passengers stranded. And it does that 4 times weekly. So go flaps 40. We're looking at a ref of 129 knots. The temperature in Brownsville, it's hot, guys. 30 is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Nasty, huh? And we got clear skies. Well, a little bit scattered. Scattered at 6, no ceilings, 29901. Runway is going to be okay. Are everybody good with those numbers? Chat, you good with that? I hope. Last year when we had a heat wave like that, the runway at Gatwick and Heathrow started melting. We ain't built for the heat. I get it. They must have had to shut the runway because taking off on a melting river doesn't sound all that safe. That's definitely not. Yeah, you start crumbling the asphalt, be a problem. Good stuff. All right. Okay, guys, back to the drawing board. We're looking at 100 nautical miles top of descent. Look at that. Look at how pretty it is up there. You see what's going on? Those clouds are giving away to give you a GoPro shot here. Look at that. Right there. It's a beautiful Gulf Coast. Going all the way down there. It's really nice. This is actually our second Texas destination. coastal. The first one we fly to is Corpus Christi, and then this is our second airport in good old great state of Texas. Be interesting to see. We'll have to do some advertisements on our Instagram channel. By the way, if you're new, definitely subscribe. Hopefully you've got something out of this so far, and then take a look at Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We do we do some reels throughout the week, some promoting destinations. You guys see a whole bunch of stuff like that. Our financials were released publicly, so all that stuff. Good. Okay, I'm gonna brief you. Let's do this. Runway 13 on the ILS. It's gonna be backed up. It's visual approach all the way in. But we will use the ILS for the arrival. Quick approach. We're gonna go to the wrong airport. Run. Okay. Approach. Right there. All right, guys, we're coming in. Now, I elected to do the relax because it's close to our route of flight. Matter of fact, we're heading there now, right after PSX. Palisades, I think that is. Corpus Christi's coming up. That's not Palisades. What is that? I can't remember. Palisades? Palisades? I don't know. We're going to head this. Relax. We'll hit that. Normally, you'd have to do a procedure turn, but we're not going to do it. And I know that because you're 90 degrees here. So, yeah, right there. Oh, we don't have to. Sweet. Look at this. There's no procedure turn. Score. All right, nice. Normally, you'd have to come in, do a procedure turn if you were flying the approach. It's visual. So we'll elect the visual approach all the way down to here. We'll hit the FERTA, and then zip on down to St. U, and then on down. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Looks like Brownsville Tower is going to be 118.9er, 2600 on the MSA. Let's see what we've got. Cameron, altimeter settings, VDP, barrel, VREF, VNAV. Not authorized when using Point Isabel, Cameron, altimeter setting. Right, this is your typical language here. Below 3 degrees centigrade is not. Above 54 it's not. Circling the runway 18, not authorized at night. DME 0.30 not authorized if you're flying the RP approach. Now that's a GPS. I didn't want the GPS. I wanted I was reading. I'm like, why would I do a VNAV? It's the ILS that I want. There we go. That's better. Now we're going to go hit relax. We'll hit the depot and then in. Depot 1900 feet, 110.3. It's already plugged in. Inbound course is going to be 132 on the inbound course. And it looks like MSA at this altitude, let's just shoot for 2600. We'll go this half of it. 2,600 feet, alternate missed approach, hold. Okay, we'll climb 700, then climbing left turn to 2,000 feet, direct to the HRL VOR hold. That's Harlington, which is just in the north of the airport. I don't see any terrain, major issues. There's a border here. Be careful of that. If we need to bug out, we're going to go ahead, climb up 700 feet, we'll make immediate left turn, and then I'll probably just line ourselves back up. You never know, even visual conditions. I can be high and fast, whatever. We're just going to brief that, okay? We'll make a left turn, not a right. Touchdown zone is 19 feet. And looking at... Now, normally, our op specs, we don't have to brief this, but I will. 250 feet on the radar altimeter, 269 feet without the setting. We have the altimeter setting. We're fine. Are there any notes on this chart that we need to be aware of? ADF or radar required. Use local altimeter setting. If not received, use Port Isabel altimeter. VDP not authorized when using Port Isabel altimeter setting. Pilot control landing. We're good to go. Okay, so I'm good with that. let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to do 19 feet, so our minimums. Just going to hold this. We're going to bring it all the way down to 19 feet. Now this is a, we do this because it's a visual approach. Look at how pretty it is over the Gulf, you guys. Man, this is nice. I love it. I love this route. This is cool. Look at the weather. I mean, that's just gorgeous. You can see a little bit of the Gulf Coast. We're going right over, going feet wet. Love it. Give you a little bit of briefing. How's that? Let's give you a brief, and we'll be good to go. Okay. Briefing. NOTAMs. I read the NOTAMs already. There's some closures, but there's PAPI's out of service, and the PAPI lights are out of service, and so is the VASI lights are out of service. So that's something that possibly could affect us. We've got ATIS. We already did that. Weather and wind, we got great weather, nothing, no major issues. Arrival speed and altitude restrictions, we talked about that a little bit before. We're looking at an MSA of, what did I say, 2,600 feet or something like that? Yeah, MSA is 2,600 feet. We've got the runway information plugged in already. We're going to go runway 13, and let's verify that in the legs. So let's go to arrivals, bro, ILS 13 is set. We got a legs page ready to go. Now I'm going to make this depot a hard altitude. Yeah. Let's make depot hard altitude, okay? That's going to be 1900. So hard 1900 execute. All right, I made that a hard altitude because, well, I don't want to get messed with that. Now another thing we got to do with the descent, even though we're approaching it very quickly, go forecast, load it, and it's going to load the winds that we got from our dispatch, and that might give us a quicker or longer descent. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my altitude window, bring it on the way down here, 2,600 for now. It's going to be pretty much an idle descent all the way down, which sucks because this airplane in the 600, if you have the privilege of flying this airplane, it does not want to slow down and come down at the same time, especially in this aircraft. All right, I got an unruly passenger back there. Somebody needs to do a little restraining. I can't hear myself think, dog. All right, let's do this. We got approach runway lighting. I'm not concerned with that. Unable, usable landing distance. We already talked about the landing distance, right? We had 6,100 feet. Gives us a margin about 500 remaining. I'm not concerned with the stopping distance on the airplane. I'm going to try to land the aircraft firm. I'm not going to float it or anything like that. I'm going to try to, do a nice coastal landing, which means we're here, we'll plan it. Okay, conditions are great. We got great dry conditions on the runway. Just to give you an idea, it is grooved. That's great, especially when it's raining, you want grooved runways. Stopping distance, we already talked about that. Non-standard runway width, it's about 150 feet. Let's see what we got. Yep, it's about 150 feet width, so typical. Type of the approach is going to be a visual approach today, guys. We'll back it up with the ILS. We'll fly in and back it up with the ILS. I will put our rings around the Rosie to help with mitigate the excess energy on this aircraft because it does have it. Let's do that right now. Let's go ahead, and you can see in the legs page here, I'm just going to go to legs. You see this runway 13? We're going to throw that in the scratch pad here. We're going to go to the fix page, dump it over the top. And then we're going to go 15, slant 5, slant 3, and back to legs. And what that did is drew 3 rings. You can see it on the ND here. 3 rings around the airport. All right, I'll get to your comments here in a minute. Let me just figure this out. Okay, the approach chart, we briefed it already. I'll just give you an idea. 22 November 2411-1 on the plate number. It is current. Inbound course is going to be 132. Spin that puppy around. Look at how beautiful this is. You guys see the coastline? Kind of curves. Really cool. 132. I know you guys are like, Jason, really? That's it? Just because it curves? You know? Okay, we got the barrows set. Barrow's going to be, what did we say? Dang near standard. 290-901. There we go, on the scent. Seatbelts coming on. I do expect some heating to hit, not over the water, but when we get over the land, it's going to start bouncing us around. There she is. Listen to those engines wind down. Love that sound. That means we're not spending money on gas. What else do we have? Approach minima and RA, we talked about it. We set 19 feet in the barrow just because it's a visual approach. And we talked about missed approach. Transition is going to be 18,000 feet. No terrain to speak of. I'm actually going to turn off the weather radar. We'll turn the terrain on right now, just to have it. Okay, do you have any questions? No special pages and no issues with the aircraft. We got a good jet here. Okay? Everybody good? Chat, you good? Anything I missed? This is a new airport for me, so I'm going to treat this as a threat. So let's do, because this is a new airport, I want to study the airport chart pretty close. So a couple things I want to do. This is our Jeppesen Navigraph charts. We got Unicom here. CTAF frequency is going to be 118.9er. Okay, that's already loaded up and ready to go. Birds on in the vicinity of the airport. Taxiway Juliet North, taxiway H, open to traffic under 12.5. So we're going to come over here. Let me get off on Echo. We'll go. We're going to make a right turn, not a left turn off the runway. We'll make a right turn off the runway. We'll go to Delta. Cross over to Delta, and then we're going to go to the passenger gates Bravo. Now, never been here, so we have to see what gate's going to work. We kind of worked it out with the authority already. They actually hooked us up with this one. They gave us a good rate to begin with. When towers closed, request ARFFF assistance through Houston ARTCC flight service. Lighted oil derricks located approximately 5 nautical miles northeast. Alright, so we got some oil fields. Pretty cool. Dusk and dawn activate 118.9 when towers and off. LDA is 5532. And that right there is landing beyond threshold, guys. 5,800 feet. So there is a slight threshold. You're not going to get that 6,900 feet. You're going to get the 5,800. Now, does that conflict with our 6,100? Yeah, it does. So what we want to do, and that's runway 18, that doesn't apply. So we're good. Landing beyond threshold, 6,100 feet. So basically, looking at the wrong runway. So basically, we're okay. We're going to keep it at auto brake 3. You could even elect to go auto brake 2 and then get on it. But I'll choose to go 3. And then we can take it off as we approach. Get a picture? Flying up the coastlines. Texas shoreline. been a nice ride. I mean, I thought it would be a nice go. I love this tail. This tail's beautiful, isn't it? Man, this artwork's on this bird. One of my favorite paints we've done. Yep, watch out for the birds. That's right, thank you. Milkman or mare carrier? Son has come. Oh, how I miss the dogs. Yes, you miss your dogs and they come in for you. I was always taught that Barrow doesn't come off a standard until below 18,000. In the US, that is the case. But if you're in UK, it's just a different air. You know, the airports could be different. So each airport, even the Caribbean, it's the same thing. You might have like Aruba that says 5,000 on the transition. So it depends on the airport. But that's a good observation. In the US, it is standard 18,000 feet. Don't know if it's a legal rule though. If not, I don't know. Yeah, it's a legal rule in the country of the US. But it can change depending on the location. And it'll be depicted on the approach plane. You'll see it. It'll say transition altitude. Right in the top briefing bar, it'll tell you transition altitude, whatever the altitude is. Almost all the transition levels here are 7,000, so very low. There you go. Like I said, it just depends on your airport, their procedures, all that good stuff. Okay, guys, it's gonna be a visual approach inbound. Let's go ahead and give them a call. Yes, sir. Brownsville, Texas. Off center on Brownsville. Can't imagine anything crazy is going on. We got Memphis IAH towers on. We're going to have some turbulence down a little bit lower here. So expect the bumps down low. Like I said, as we get over the land, I expect to be bounced around just a touch. Looking good. Max to depot. Yeah, okay, whatever. So that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. This depot, it's going to be the glide slope intercept altitude or point. You're talking 4.5 miles, so we really need to be configured, gear down, gear down flaps 15 before we hit that point. Okay, is everybody good with that? That's my plan anyway. It's going to keep us a little slow so we're not caught high and fast. All right? Cool. Nothing shut pass. What's up, Kevin? Transition going out of Cancun is 19.5 in the arrival. EU airports are anywhere from 3 to 5.7. Asian airports are 10.14. Yeah, it's crazy. Depends on the airport. It's wild. Good stuff. All right, butt kickers coming on. And I'm going to take a swig of water before I get going on this. And we're going to go ahead and test the standby instruments today. We'll throw the approach on and just test the standby flags and make sure we're good to go. Now I want to practice a short field landing. Okay, this is 2020. I'm not, too comfortable in it anymore. So I do want to practice a short field landing. What we're going to do is not going to worry about style points in this particular airport. We're going to try to plant the airplane, and we're going to put it right on the marks or just before the marks. We're slightly after. Within the first third of the runway we want to land. Within the first 1,500 feet. Now, Am I going to brief a duck under? No, I'm not. What I will brief is at 200 feet, we're going to transition our eye point from the touchdown markers to the piano keys. This this runway will have piano keys because it has an ILS. Wing lights are on, taxi lights coming on, seatbelts on. Hit the attendant notification. Lets the attendants know that we are on the way. T-1000's hit. 29901's in. Descent checklist coming up. Okay, altimeters are set and cross-check. VREF and V target set at 126 and noted with +5 on that. Auto brake is 3. Start switches on continuous. Recall is checked. Descent checklist is complete. Last thing on our list of to-dos. I'm going to drop this over to VMC, which is for visual meteorological conditions. Remember, after landing, we're going to go ahead to the right, not to the left. One of those airports that screw me up because you often go to the left a lot of airports. This one goes to the right. One of those airports that trips me out is Santa Ana. When we land in Santa Ana, man, I'm always going to the left and it's to the right when you're landing southbound. Like always. Crazy stuff. Some airports have transition altitude level based on baro settings. Yeah, no thank you. I'll pass. I like my domestic flying, right? It's been about 2 hours and 7 minutes. We're estimated arrival here. Now this is the interesting part on the schedule. We got to hit the schedule right. You can kind of see where we hit this relax. The 15 nautical mile ring is going to be, definitely something we're going to want to pay attention to. The Brownsville VOR is out of service, and so is this is a Class Charlie air. Yep, this is Class Charlie airspace. So Brownsville is out of service, and so is the VASI. So we have no VASIs. Now, it's not simulated on the sim, but in real life there's no VASI and there's no PAT. By the way, if you just tuned in, happy Memorial Day. Hope everybody's doing well. And if you're not from the country, that's okay anyway. I hope you're doing well. This is our Memorial Day weekend here for the U.S. And just thanks again to all those veterans out there who have sacrificed their lives for freedoms that we enjoy. I appreciate that. And, obviously, major debt that I can never repay. I think any service member would want us to be good citizens, good law-abiding citizens, and treat everybody with respect in every part of the globe, right? Be respectful. You know what I mean? The world is too crazy out there. Man, I'm still snarfy. Alright, there's 11,000 feet. And by the way, if you're new, there's a couple ways to support us. The easiest way is hit the subscribe button. That's the easiest way right now. And then hit the like button. That helps. Also, if you wanted to do more and you like the channel, you like the content, try to become a YouTube member. It's pretty easy. Price of a cup of coffee. You can get early content, private streams, all that stuff. We also have a Patreon if you wanted to take a look at that. Pretty much the same between the both. Patreon's hard because I have to think about, I got to put the video up on there. It's just harder to maintain. I'm trying to get better at that. But our YouTube is good to go. You can see what's happening here. So it's going to send us right to depot. This is where we're really going to want to start slowing the aircraft down. As you can see, we're starting to do that already. In VNAV path, it's going to start bringing us down to below 250 knots, and I might even slow down even quicker. Harlington, I'm telling you, is just to the north of the airport. I mean, it's right there. Harlington International is one of those airports that we want to fly to as well. So, hope you enjoyed the content so far. We'll be streaming again this week. I don't know where. I might fly it back on Friday I won't be here. So it might be like a Thursday. I won't be Thursday. I don't know. Maybe we stream it, maybe we don't. It might be just filmed. We'll see on the way back. All right, there's 10,000 feet. So gag orders coming into place. Sooner humanity realizes we're all just one species living on a delicate planet, the better. It causes so many issues. All the separation. Yeah. It does. It does. I mean, yes, we have different countries, different cultures, and that gets messy. But if we respected each other, you know, I think the problem with human nature is greed. That's the problem, right? It's just greed in all aspects, in every country. It's just greed, man. And gosh, if that went away, it'd be fantastic. And I'm not saying everybody's greedy. I'm just saying human nature's that way kind of sometimes. We're all like that. That's how we're built. All right, let's try not to be. Gotta watch that. All right, guys, coming in. 8,500 feet. Looks like CS 5810. That's gotta be an MLB. I was gonna say we have we're plus 22, so I'm not worried about anything like that. Let's go ahead and throw this on for you. Let's do this thing. There we go. That's better. True as well. All right. So, as you can see, I'm concerned with the speed of the airplane. Now, what I could do, usually at 15 miles, we'll start slowing the aircraft down. I'm going to be pretty aggressive on slowing the airplane down. That works. I'm going to use the speed brake. This airplane, like I said, the reason why it doesn't want to slow down, guys, it's got so much wing. This wing is a 700 wing on a little short fuselage. So big wing, really efficient wing on a teeny fuselage. Generally doesn't bode well for you. Okay, 118.9. I'm going to go ahead and call him right now. And I might kind of square it up a little bit just to help us bleed the altitude here. 6,000 is going to be set down to 26. And I'm going to slow the aircraft down, okay? 1,900 feet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open the speed intervene, and I'm going to slow the aircraft down to 210. I got to get it slow. Brakes coming out. Here come the speed brakes. Oops. Hit the wrong button. You can see the jacks. What are those, wind? Looks like wind power there. Or it's oil jacks. Either one of those. Pump jacks. Don't know yet. Okay, you can see this is only going to give us a 5-mile differential here. It'll be tight. Give him a call. South Padre International Traffic, Riptide 206. Heading down on a base for runway 13, South Padre Island. We're below 230 knots, flaps 5. Now, I'm doing this a little on the early side. I hope you understand why. Okay, this is just me saying I know this airplane. I know I'm going to be struggling slowing it down. So I'm going to drop flap 5 now and get the airplane slowed to about 190. Set. Remember I said I wanted gear down and flap 15 by the time we hit C2 or whatever. Now I think it wants to do a procedure turn. Well, I'm not going to let it, so I'm going to go ahead and go heading, and I'll take over manually, okay? See, the airplane's slowing. Nice. As we hit 190, I'm going to pull the brakes up, we'll arm it. Brakes are armed. Now we got a little drag to help us through that 4-mile kick. Now I'm going to look to see where we are at with the green banana. See the green banana? Yeah, I want to be at 1900 right there. This is trending great. Good speed. We'll keep it at 190. Not too slow, but it's just enough. Those are windmills. Just enough to kind of keep us honest. And if the weather turned like this, I wasn't expecting the scud. What do we got here? Weather right now in South Padre. Scattered at 6,000? Definitely not. Well, this might be a full ILS, guys. Here we go. Lights coming on. Those are our landing lights. At 180 on speed. Where did this low crap come from? I'd like to know. Miles and a go. All right, you ready? Let's go. Gear down. Flap 15. Flap 15, set. We're going to slow down to 170 now. See what the airplane's doing? I'm going to take over, disconnect it, and I got the aircraft, okay? Flap 15 set. It's turning me on that inbound. I don't want to do that. Start final. Go idle. Flaps. At the airport site. Shot. Speed's coming up. Flaps coming through. Flaps 40. Flap 40. Reps coming down. 126. Well, I hit a nice gust on that. Here comes the reference speed dropping. Correcting speed. All right, gear down, 3 green, flaps 40 with the green. Looking good, just bump it up a little bit, 70%. Nice crosswind. I wasn't expecting any wind, it was calm. Man. Check. Speed's up. We're good. 134. We're on profile. Dialing this crosswind just a touch.
Approaching 13.
Just going to use my throttle to adjust. Slight to the left.
500.
And I installed, ooh, there's a nice little bumper. All right, there's 500. I'm going to start pushing my eyes 200 feet now to the piano keys. There we go, right there. I know we're sinking pretty good. Throttle's going to come in. It's going to help arrest that. There we go. We got it made.
100. 50. 30. 10.
Touchdown. Reversers up. Squirrely. Alright, I'm on the brakes. Disconnect the auto brakes. 60 knots. Going to the right. Not the left. Right. See, I wanted to go left. Oh, let's go left. No, let's go to the right. Now this is going to be a closed taxiway. So I'll have to go all the way down in November here. Welcome to South Padre Island. I did have the scenery installed. But hopefully it installed it. I think it did. It said it did. Alright guys, give you a nice little ride on the runway here. We'll get off on November. This is Alpha. Well, no, this is November. Okay. Flaps coming up. Jeez, that was so late. Okay, flaps up. Let's get him home. Okay, lights coming off. Taxi staying on. That is off. That is off. Alright, what'd you guys think? Pretty good? Not too bad? I swear, if this is default, I'm going to be very upset. You'll see it on the takeoff if it is. I hope it's not. So disappointing. If it's default, I'm going to be like, really? One friggin' job. Alright, that. APU's coming online. APU's, lighting's off. That's good to go. Looks like it. The tower doesn't look good. I'm scared. We do have one crossing runway here on Delta. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to Charlie. Here's Delta. I might have to reinstall this scenery. I don't think it's installed. They don't look like this. That tower is wonky. I don't like it. Alright, I'll have to install 2020. Bummer. Alright, landing lights coming on. South Padre traffic, Riptide 206 crossing runway 36. Landing lights off. We're through the light, through the runway. APU coming on. shutdown number 2. Kind of a disappointment. I didn't have time to even look. It said it was installed last night. Stupid. It is what it is. We'll get it installed and I'm going to take off out of here. Train coming off. Taxi lights off. This is an odd gate. Park brakes on. Hey, park brakes on. Good to go on the bus. Shut it down. Seatbelts off. And we are done. Trees on the ramp. Yeah, not good. All right, we are not done here yet. We're going to go to shut those off. Packs are good. APU bleeds on. It's hotter than heck in here. We're going to go ahead and throw our strobes. I mean, our taxis off. I mean, whatever the heck. Position lights off. And our fuel. Now, we will have ground services here just because it's a, you know, it's a hard stand. So we'll call for all the equipment. It's less fuel burn for us, and we like that. Anyway, we'll go set the chocks. Call GSX. Call for deplaning. Request deboarding. Menzies it is. All right. Is the gate going to come in here, or are they not going to even... There we go. The gate's not attached to anything. Don't worry about it, folks. I love these eyebrow windows on a 7.3. Makes it look mean. I like it. All right, guys, we're in at 1744 Zulu. Ground power. Yeah, I want ground power, of course. All right, 1744. We're looking at 1244 local. Oil quantity 90 over 91. And hydraulics 92 over 92. A couple things we're going to do is write our fuel status down for the next flight. 4350 over 4350. That's pretty dang heat. I'll come over here. We'll go ahead and drop this down. That's set. There we go. Look at the... Okay, we got ground power available. The green blue light's on. Throw the switch. APU is coming off. And we're going to call for the truck. Packs off. You know what I mean. Not the truck, but the air conditioning guard. It's hotter than heck. We'll save money on APU burn. They're saying 2 hours and 29 minutes. I think I'm going to have to adjust the schedule, guys. Just a little bit. That was an on-time push, and I was scheduled to be about 2 hours and 30 or something. All right, let me get to your comments really quick, and we'll end this thing, and I'm going to work on installing the scenery that it's not in. Just stupid. Okay, what do we got? You're concerned? Well, I'm white knuckles at the moment, but we'll have to trust you. I wouldn't say concerned. It's just one of those things we want to do to make sure we're not high and fast. Was that the new high fly? This is supposed to be the new high fly. It's not. I have to install it. I thought it was installed. It said it was installed. It's not installed. Love how this uses so little runway. It does. It does a great job. Boom, right. Nice landing, Captain. Right on the markers. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, okay. Trees on the ramp. Yeah. Like I said. Probably, you know, we're talking there. Let's go ahead and review the flight. Today, we took off out of there, and I want to review the flight. Here's review your flight. Okay, let's see what we did. It's not this. It's not the right call sign. 206 feet. But where did we land, folks? Oh, you couldn't draw that up better than that. So, like I was saying, I was aiming at the piano keys when we got a little closer. And that put us right where we needed to go. About 5 feet difference. Alright, so that was where I wanted to touch down. That was perfect. Textbook. Don't worry about the feet per minute. I don't care about that. As long as it's not over 600, you're fine. And I'm going to work to install this scenery. We'll get the scenery installed. I do have the fly too high in there. I was kind of disappointed it's not there. But that's okay. We'll do it on the way out. I'm going to go get paid. It's the next thing I'm going to do. Didn't do all this for nothing. So let's go ahead and get paid. Let's see if we made money or lost money on this route. Hopefully we made some cash. 11,300 on the fuel used. Not too bad. We're going to file the flight. In the books, 2 hours and 31 minutes. I think we scheduled 2:45 or 2:30 on this one. We might want to get a buffer again, another like 10-minute buffer or something like that. I don't know. Okay, folks, really quick. Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching on this day. And if you're thinking about subscribing, please do so. If you want to fly for us, we'd love to have you. Come on board. We'll walk you through it. We're not going to leave you to the wolves. It's just going to take some required work on your end. If you're willing to push yourself, that's what we care about. All right, on to the next one. Back to Fort Lauderdale, and we're done. And that's it for this segment. I got to go to the store and get some buns and salads and all that good stuff. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. We'll see you guys maybe during the week. Definitely won't be Friday because I'm going to be busy. I'll be camping again. All right, we'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.
Check the charts, line the jets, time to run it up. From Delta on the ramp to the Southwest line, GA in the breeze, every flight feel fine, do it right, learn a little more each ride. Professional vibes, but we still have pride. Every week we stream, come along for the flight. Coastal in the sky with karate mic. FSBN with the reggae flow. Aki charters, line flights, watch the good vibes grow. Coastal Airways, we keep it fun and true. Come fly this sim world, we saving you a view. FSBN